Yes. Hello guys. Ule mimi nachungulia kwa neighbor using iPhone 16 Pro Max, okay? So nachungulia hapo whatever is going on. Na hapo kuna white turkey, kuna makuku hapo. Then hapo kuna watoto wanalisha kuku. See? Just to show you how far that is. Either way, today I'm not here to talk about the chicken or the birds. Of course, nature is very beautiful. You can see there are some doves there. See? Usually domestic pigeons don't go through, landing on trees, but I think these ones are special, right? Yeah, they just went through on the branches of a tree. Usually most of the time they will avoid that. But let me continue with my story. So guys, sometimes you're in a relationship or you're in love with a woman and you think you're giving the very best. But if you have a woman who is convinced that you don't love them, no matter how much you will give in, no matter how much you will say how you love them, what you will do, no matter how honest you're going to be in your actions, everything they find against you, they use it against you. They say, you don't love me. That's why you did this. That's why you did that. That's why you don't love me. You don't love me. And if you have a person, as a man, a woman who always complains about you not loving them, it should come to your realization, it doesn't matter what you do. Even if you had to die for them, still they will not believe it. They will say you did it because another woman hurt you. That is what is going to happen. Every time you give in your very best, your best is not your best. And every time you make a mistake, you admit to that mistake will be used against you for the next 3, 4, 5 months. Reminding you, they see a text come into your inbox, they want to control that. Why did this person tell you that? No. You are interested in them. You want them. That is your intention. You love other women. You don't love me. And you find that you are in a cycle of trying to convince someone how much you love them. And yet they convinced themselves long time ago you never loved them. So you end up thinking that you are the worst person, you're the bad person, you didn't love them properly. You even go to an extent of asking, okay, why don't you tell me how am I supposed to love you better for you to feel that you're loved? And you will keep on asking yourself, so what am I supposed to do? How can I love her better? How can I make her feel that she's loved? Because she doesn't feel she's loved. I'm trying my best to make sure she's loved, to feel she's loved. But still, one who convinces themselves of something is just like a student, like a teacher. If you have a teacher who is teaching a student who's behind a class, or they really don't get the formulas of certain lessons, and then that teacher keeps on telling these kids, I believe in you. Good, you tried. Good. Now you need to put in more effort. That was good, but you're doing great. I like it. Even when the child's trials doesn't really, aren't pleasing. But that teacher is always there to convince, not even to convince, but to support the child's effort. Like, you know what? You're doing good. You're doing great. That is great. I love it. Let us work on this. So the teacher takes the steps necessary to help that child. Understand? And they keep on going together. They keep on going. They keep on going. And one day, the teacher realizes that the child is improving so much Not because the child is now intelligent from the bloom. No. The child is intelligent because the teacher convinced the kid they are capable of knowing the formulas they think they can't grasp. So the kids end up believing in themselves. They end up trying to do better than their average way of doing things. They try to improve on their day in, day out skills. They want to please the teacher. They want to do more. But try to imagine where a teacher is always reminding a child of how of a failure that kid is. No, you failed this, you failed that, you failed this again. You're a failure. This is what you are. This is what you are. And on and on and on and on and on and on. The kid, even if they were clever or they were average or they were giving their best, what comes out as a result is a student who continues to convince themselves that they can never be good enough. They can't get the results which the teacher wants. They think they are failures. They think they can't make anything good out of themselves. So they end up hating themselves. They end up withdrawing, hating themselves, and thinking they can never be something. Understand? They think they can never be something else because they are what has been fed to their brains. They are not good enough. They can never be good enough because the teacher is not convincing them they can be good persons. And that is what happens to most of us. When you are in a relationship, you're not looking for perfection because you will never find any perfection. It doesn't exist. That's a lie. If somebody told you that, they lied to you. You get into a relationship with someone whom you don't know. You start working together. You start learning each other. You make a lot of mistakes along the way. And it is only true love that will understand again and again and again and again. Even when everybody gives up on the two of you, nobody gives a shit about you, you will still tolerate each other. But if you have one partner that is convinced that the other partner does not love them enough, doesn't want them, doesn't feel them, then you find it becomes very difficult for that other partner as a student to just get to understand what is it really that my partner wants? What is it really that the teacher wants me to do? I have tried everything. I am trying. I am here. I might not be perfect. I might not be 100%. But what is this? I am always short of love. Always short of love. And that ends up discouraging the partner to even try. Because even the trying is not enough. Because the positive things that his partner does, they never put in consideration. The good memories, they are never put in consideration. Always mistakes are put in consideration. Mistakes are talked of so much loudly, repeatedly, than the good things that this partner does. So what does that do to the heart of a person? It makes them think they can never be enough for you. No matter what they do, you will always complain. And you as a complainer, most of the time when you point fingers, most of the time when you complain, most of the time when you accuse, ask yourself, are you the perfect one?